2020 at 7:30 has been provided in accordance with Section 3D of Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, commonly known as the Sunshine Law. Please rise for the flag salute. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Keith?
Yes.
Kenny?
Here.
Lindsay?
Here.
Needs to catch up.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And to the governments established in the United States. In this state. Under the authority of the people. So help me God. Solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States. That I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey. And the Constitution of the State of New Jersey. And that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And to the governments established in the United States. And to the governments established in the United States. And in this state. Under the authority of the people. Under the authority of the people. So help me God. All right, could I have a nomination for mayor? I make the nomination appointment of Mayor Palmer. Mayor?
A second.
And may I also have a nomination for deputy mayor?
Nominate Jude Nelson as deputy mayor. A second.
And I need an authorization for either the mayor and or deputy mayor to solemnize marriages and civil unions.
The mayor and deputy mayor is all the marriage and civil union. Awesome. Should we call for them? Put it down for the roll.
Keith?
Is for both of them or just one?
All three.
Alfred?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Lindsay?
Okay, can you please repeat it, because nothing came over on the audio when you originally put the what I'm voting on.
This is a vote for the nomination and vote for mayor, deputy mayor, and solemnizing of marriage and civil unions.
Yes.
Muir?
Yes.
Nelson?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, committee, for your support. Look forward to working with you in 2024 altogether.
Yeah.
Can I have an authorization of the agenda and finance compliance and official service reimbursement?
I'll make a motion of authorization of agenda, financial compliance, and official service reimbursement.
And a second, please. I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
And do we actually, Chris, do we need to be sworn in officially? Do we need to do a second oath for mayor and deputy mayor, or is this,
For mayor and deputy.
do we need to do a separate oath?
Those are for mayor and
Okay,
deputy.
okay, so we don't need a separate.
Right.
Okay, very good. Thank you. My wife has dinner plans other than swearing me in. It's really, more.
My husband needs to go back to that. So what was that? Sorry, babe.
So, this is, we're gonna open for introductions and questions and answer segment for candidates for 2024 professional positions. One of the things that we started in 2022 was to invite our professionals who responded to our request for proposals and qualifications each year to come and present, so that our residents know who their professionals are that are working with us. Up until that point, it would usually be kind of an open, slate, and we would just go through and nobody knew who they were. And it was important because we try to open some more clarity to what we do here as a township committee to invite those professionals in. So we will go through these through the list. Most of them I always preface to. I think we're very fortunate with a phenomenal lineup of professionals, but that being said, we're a small town, so there are not a lot of professionals that are knocking on the door and filling these out. So not all of them are contested, but we do have an amazing slate. The first one that we have, and it is contested, is with bond counsel. And I believe we were supposed to have via Zoom representatives from Lance Goldman and Spitzer, Mr. Johnson, hope you're online. There, Mr. Johnson, are you the iPad? And if you are, you're on mute. It's Mr. Drakowitz. All right. So Mr. Drakowitz, I'll have you go first, since you're there present. Mr. Drakowitz, you're representing Gibbons PC.
Again, thank you, governing body, and we appreciate giving the opportunity to present a little more who we are and what we believe in at Gibbons. With me today, besides myself, I have Scott Delano, who also works in the public finance practice area at the firm. He'll also be working with the township on matters if we were so fortunate to be selected. Now, our firm is primarily based in Newark, New Jersey. We have approximately 165 lawyers, and one of the departments that's in the firm is public finance, and primarily spearheaded by myself and Scott Delano. We also have a paralegal involved, as well as a tax attorney and a securities department to the extent that area of expertise is required. Our firm has been fortunate enough to represent state entities, including the New Jersey Educational Authority, the New Jersey Healthcare Facilities Authority, and other state agencies over the last 30 years plus. We also have been fortunate enough to represent numerous counties in New Jersey, including currently the County of Somerset, County of Essex, County of Monmouth, and Passaic County. But really our bailiwick is also really representing municipalities. We represent approximately 50 municipalities throughout the state of New Jersey, and we're fortunate enough in Hunterdon County to represent Glen Gardner, Tewksbury, Milford, and Bloomsbury as well. So we represent 4 towns in Hunterdon County. We also represent numerous towns in Warren County and Sussex County. So we have a good flavor of rural communities that we represent, as well as obviously urban communities farther east as well. We pride ourselves, quite frankly, in personal service and personal touch. Whether a town or a government entity is large or small, we treat them all with the same amount of respect, because every municipality has their own issues, and we respond to those issues really fairly promptly. In terms of how we build things, that's because it's always economics as well. Even though we have hourly rates in our proposal, we rarely would charge an hourly rate. If your CFO has a question, we would just answer it. We don't put the time down to nickels and dimes. Our clients, we want to foster an open dialogue relationship with them. So we have the policy really of responding without charging clients if they have questions that are that they have while they're undertaking the course of their work on a daily basis. We basically charge for bond ordinances and notes when it's issued. So it's really fairly limited type of work that we do for the town. So even though it's fairly straightforward, to the extent there are questions that come up, we again respond to them very promptly. We also try to make it a practice to work closely with your auditor and I see that you have a good one, at least present currently, Mr. Swisher. We have a good relationship with those folks, and again, I think we have the same philosophy. Clients come first, and we try to respond quickly to each and every client that we have. We've had the good fortune of representing Bethlehem for many years, since 1995, and we would hopefully look forward to doing so in the 2024 calendar year. I know you have many other interviews to go through with throughout the day. So if there's any other questions you'd like to have, we'd be more than happy to answer them at this time. But again, we want to thank the governing body for giving us the opportunity to become a little more familiar with who we are. And that's why not only am I on the phone, but also Scott Galano, because he would be working also quite closely with the township to the extent that is needed. But again, thank you again, and wish the mayor and the governing body happy, healthy 2024.
Is a game changer.
Thank you, and thank you for taking the time to join us this evening. Again, we wanted our residents to see what the process is and get a better understanding of who the professionals are that we work with and how the taxpayer dollars are spent. With that, are there questions from the committee for Mr. Jacobs?
You have to carry.
Yeah, we have both, again, just kind of for the process.
Proposals.
Yeah, the proposals are always put out on our website, so if residents did want to see what the process is, it's always there, and then all of the materials that go with that are submitted, and then checked against the questions that have to be answered, and if they meet that criteria, then we start to compare rates and skills to find the best that we can for Bethlehem Township. I will ask one more time if Mr. Johnson from Orleans, Goldman, Spitzer is on Zoom. No. Okay, so I would ask for, this is all going to be part of resolution 2024.15, which we'll read after we fill these out, but we have a recommendation for a bond counsel from any of the committee members.
Well, in reading, I'll just give my 2 cents. In reading and discussing both of these, I was initially going to say, let's go with Malentz, but they have not bothered to, and there could be issues why they're not here. So I have to admit, I might be rethinking.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the other committee members might have to say. Steve?
I'm good.
With Gibbons?
Sure, nobody else has come forward,
We'd one other submittal, but the gentleman's not here.
Who's not here?
So
both parties are eminently qualified.
Yes.
And they both great work in this kind of field, but I would say Mr. Jacobs and his firm, as are here, they were here, they talked to us, and I'm sure I hope it's nothing more than an hour in terms of scheduling, just based upon the I would be in favor of. Who's our guy now right now?
it was Mr. Johnson from Goldman Spitzer in 2023, and previously it was Mr. Drakowitz from 1995 until 2022.
So who's the guy?
Mr. Drakowitz he's the gentleman that showed up.
But the guy who didn't show up is,
From Goldman Spitzer.
that's the guy we normally have.
That's the guy we just had last year for 1 year.
Oh, okay. Ooh, now you make it hard.
It means a lot to me, again, as I shared, we're a small town, and so we don't usually, see a lot of contested proposals, so to me, it says a lot that not only one, but two individuals are here, and the reality is, I think we have $186,000 in debt left that hopefully will pay off this year, or maybe this year next, and so with respect to the counties and the towns that they represent, this is a small amount of business for them.
Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Yes, this is Everett Johnson. I've been on the phone trying to chime in for the last 10 minutes and no one could hear me, so I had to jump off and jump back in again. So I'm
Okay,
not
so you-
sure if. Yes, so can you hear me now? I was trying to speak for the last 10 minutes. Okay. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. This is Everett Johnson, a shareholder with the law firm of Walentz, Goldman and Spitzer. I've been practicing for over 20 years. Our department and public finance group has been issuing debt for municipalities and public entities for over 40 years. We have 3 partners in our group. We have 2 associates and 4 paralegals that all concentrate in the area of public finance. We represent over 70 municipalities. And can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Over 70 municipalities in the state, 3 counties, various improvement authorities, also state entities as well. In Huntington County, we represent Califon, Holland Township, Lebanon, and Union Township. We had the pleasure of representing Bethlehem over the last year in the issuance of its note that closed back in May of 2023, that matures in May of this year. We pride ourselves on customer service and client service and getting back to our clients, within less than 24 hours. If a question's answered, we're fully accessible via cell phone, via email, all hours of the day. As I mentioned before, you have 3 partners and 2 associates and 4 paralegals who are available to meet any of your needs. And over the last year, I think, we've, as I mentioned, we've issued a note for the borough, and I think it went well, and I appreciate the opportunity to work with Bethlehem and would love to work with the township again in the future. And with that being said, I will entertain any questions that you all may have of me.
Yeah, any questions from the committee for Mr. Johnson? Okay. Thank you for making sure you connected. So with that, is there any change? I do believe when we review the contracts, the proposal is there's a slight financial benefit
There is,
from the Walentz firm.
correct. And I'm glad to see that, they did, come in and speak to us. That was my initial thought, was Walentz. For me personally. But it's up to the committee.
What do you want to make? Why don't you make a recommendation, we'll vote on
Okay, I make a recommendation for Walentz as our representative. Firm, I should say.
First one or second one now, because the first one
Second.
spoke,
The one that just spoke now.
the one who we are previous had. I'm not the money person in this committee, you know that all, but did he do a good job? Is everybody happy with what he did for us?
I would defer to our CFO, and then, not to put you on the spot, I know you worked with both of them, I would imagine the service was probably pretty comparable.
Yeah, I work with both of them. They're, both,
They're both very,
Very good.
yeah, we're very fortunate.
I work more with, Mr. Johnson's, I guess, paralegal or whatever, more so than him, where Mr. Drake was, I dealt more with him, but,
Good feedback.
so, I don't know, I know, in 22, and then in 23, when we had Gibbons, their rate was about half of what we paid in 23 for Walentz.
But the
So,
proposals came in,
and I haven't seen that, so I don't know.
It does appear, that the Walentz proposal is lower in cost
Okay.
this time. So I think that would probably influence,
Who's who now?
Mr. Johnson from Walentz, the second individual,
Yes,
his proposal is, lower cost,
and that's the guy we got now.
yes.
And Jen, you're okay with him?
I mean, I don't have any problem with him.
Okay. Yeah, my main thing is if he did the job, he did it correctly, and we're happy with him, and now comes the point of financial, if he's cheaper. So,
I mean, I don't,
It's, the proposal came in cheaper.
So you've asked for a vote on.
Yes, I asked for a vote, so
We do a roll call and I'll add it to the resolution.
that puts me first.
well, who was the second?
I'll second.
Keith?
For Johnson. Okay,
Yes.
yes.
Kenny?
Yeah.
Lindsay?
Just confirming, this is the one that just spoke that we were all just talking about.
Yes.
Excuse me, yes.
Nelson?
yes.
Muir?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Johnson will be adding you to the resolution 2024-15. We approve all of our professionals in one resolution. I do want to express again my thanks for both of you for both firms, for
Yes.
being here in person, for small municipality Bethlehem. We had the opportunity to work with both of you and I take deep respect and work with both of you done for Bethlehem Township.
Well, Gibbons does want to say, appreciate the opportunity and, appreciate the opportunity to present our credentials and best of luck in 2020, best of, good business in 2024. Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to say thank you guys for the opportunity to represent the township again in 2024. Look forward to working with you. And any questions any one of you may have, feel free to reach out to me via cell phone, via email. I'm always available. And once again, thank you so much. I appreciate the business.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up is municipal attorney, Sabo Shaw Law Offices, Mr. Ogrodnik. We'd like to just share, and the rest of these I will share are largely uncontested, but we still want to take the time to.
Sure. My name is Mike Ogrodnik. I'm an attorney at Savo, Shaw, Corsini, Warner, Gillespie, Ogrodnik, and Fisher. Just did the math. I'm in my 18th year of practicing law. Our firm largely represents municipalities. We represent about 25 municipalities. This year we picked up some towns in Hunterdon County. We're now the borough council or the township council for Reddington Township. We represent a number of planning boards and boards of adjustment. Historically, we've done a lot of work in the field of land use. I've been the township attorney here for 2 years. I've been very honored to serve with this committee. Incredibly professional. It's been very quiet, which is really great. It's great to be a part of a successful run organization. I've been coming to Bethlehem Township. I think my first girlfriend was on the end of Mine Road, and I married another girl, and now here I'm working on Mine Road. So I feel like I'm meant to be here, and I try to keep costs down. I don't bill anywhere near my limits. And I think that's a testament to the leadership we have, but also it's really been very quiet on the legal front for the last 2 years. And I hope to continue serving this community and giving my advice. We have a fantastic firm. We have an incredible employment attorneys. We have real estate attorneys, land use attorneys. And I think our body of law with our associates that are specialized in OPRA and specialized in litigation, tort litigation, defense, I think we can provide an excellent service to this municipality. We have 15 attorneys, which for the area is kind of on the mid-range size. We're certainly still a very small firm, but I appreciate the opportunity to continue to serve in this capacity.
Any questions from Mr. Red?
I'd like for him to name the partners in his law firm backwards. That's a long list. Otherwise, no, it's been a good working relationship.
So being that it's not contested, we will add Mr. Ogrodnik to the resolution, and we'll have you join us once we vote on the whole resolution. I'm not gonna put all your, I'll let Mr. Spence, as clerk, add those in, so when I read it up, I just leave it as Salmo Shaw. About Item I will say, well, thank you for the 2 years, which I believe both years have been our lowest legal bills in probably 25 plus years. And part of it is management and how we work things, but I think you're also very respectful of how you work with us, so thank you. You're welcome. Next is risk management consultant from Brown and Brown, Bob Gemmell.
Good evening, and once again, thank you for the opportunity to come before you, but also serve the township. Brown and Brown has served the township for over 20 years plus. You know, I've been working with the township for 15 years. It is my job to not only place the insurance, but also work with the township in identifying potential exposures to loss, working with the safety committee, doing walkthroughs in the various parks, and all of which, you know, I am happy to do and happy to serve the township. There has been an establishment of a safety culture here in the township, and through the efforts of the mayor and the rest of the safety committee, we have seen great results from that. So that's a testament to the mayor, the rest of the safety committee, to make it a priority. Because, you know, I say it's my job to make sure that you're aware of those potential exposures, but it's your job to make sure that your employees go home safely. That's first and foremost. So I've enjoyed that relationship, that close working relationship with the township. And again, I want to thank you for the opportunity to serve the township. So with that, I'd like to open it up to any questions, comments, concerns, snide remarks. Anyone? No? I'm the insurance guy. Everybody had a snide remark earlier. So again, thank you for the opportunity. It truly is a pleasure working with the township.
Thank you. So there being, again, uncontested, I'll be adding Bob Gemmell to the resolution from Brown and Brown. And we'll say the same thing. This is starting my 14th year as a committee member. And so soon after you had joined us, and we did have some concerns and some issues, and I appreciate your partnership, because over the years you've come and you spent time with our safety committee, you've done walks with us. Some of you, if you came in tonight, you saw that our vestibule was repainted and there's a new floor. It's not just cosmetic, the floor was replaced because even years ago, I'd been asking, we have our court, it takes a lot of abuse, and it was cracking and falling apart, and it was a trip hazard. So we do spend a lot of time taking everything seriously when it comes to safety, trying to protect. But in the end, that also results in as much insurance, risk savings, and tax dollars for our residents as well. So thank you for your partnership. Municipal auditor, again, not contested, we have Mr. Swisher from Suppley Clooney Company.
Thank you, Mayor. My name is Bob Swisher. I'm a partner with Suppley Clooney Company. We've been the auditors in Bethlehem on and off over probably the last 8-9 years. We were there for 4 or 5 years. We're out for a couple of years, and we've been back the last 2. We're a municipal auditing firm. We audit 76 municipalities in New Jersey. We audit 15 of the 21 towns in Hunterdon County. You know, each year we perform an annual audit. Our audit is done to determine whether your financial statements are fairly stated and whether or not you're in compliance with the rules and regulations of the state of New Jersey. We go out with a team of 2 or 3 people every year, and we work closely with the CFO. Our main role is to do the annual audit, but we do work with the CFO throughout the year, working on the annual financial statement, the budget, and whatever else needs to be done out there. We've had a very good relationship with the governing body and with the CFO, and we look forward to hopefully working again with the Township of Bethlehem. I'd be glad to take any questions, if there are any questions, particularly about the audit or the process of the audit.
Any questions, Mr. Swisher? Ms. Moon, you had a good relationship working with?
Oh, yeah, no issues.
So again, Mr. Swisher was the only response, so we'll be adding you to the resolution, and thank you for taking the time to again share so our residents can see what the process is for tonight.
Very good. Thank you very much. Have a great, happy New Year.
Yeah, you too. Next is municipal planner from Hired Gold Associates, Megan Stanley. She does have a scheduling conflict. I may not have a committee person speak on their behalf, but I think we've had a good relationship.
Yeah,
And heavily involved in quite a few projects currently, so I think for continuity purposes, it would be helpful to remain where we are.
yeah, and this would be with the firm in general as well. They have a good group of planners there. When there's turnover, there's somebody else to step forward. I think they've done a very good job in our planning. I can't state it more plainly than that, I guess is the way to take it.
Any questions or concerns from the committee? See if you're, municipal court prosecutor, Michelle Cresty from Macy and Cresty.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Michelle Cresty. Happy New Year. Thank you for having me here today. So I'm a partner in the firm Macy and Cresty. We are a firm in Clinton, New Jersey. I actually practice with my husband. We are a litigation and general practice firm. So I've had the pleasure of being the public defender in Bethlehem Township in the combined court here since 2018. I very much enjoy my participation here. I enjoy the court, and I am putting in, though, to be considered for a prosecutor to now work on the other side. So the continuity here is that I'm very familiar with the court and the staff, and I enjoy working with all of them. I'm a long-term resident also of Hunterdon County. I've been living here and raised my family here since 1999. So I am committed to making our towns and our county as safe and as fair as they can be. So I would like to bring that to the new position of prosecutor. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, thank you. Again, there's one response, so we'll be adding Michelle Cresty, Mason Cresty to the resolution as prosecutor. I'll just thank you because I know I served as the court liaison for many years. Mr. Kenny's joined me recently, and you served very well. I appreciate the time that you did as public defender, and we look forward to seeing you as prosecutor to get started. With that, we also have to appoint an alternate prosecutor in case there's any conflicts in cases. To Eric and Bernstein Associates, we're the only ones to submit a proposal, but we're unable to attend. Any objection to adding them to the resolution?
Okay.
Ms. Cresty had been our public defender. We did not receive any additional proposals, so that will remain open, and we will re-advertise for public defender. We will also re-advertise for alternate municipal court public defender. And the administrative agent to administer affordable housing controls and rehabilitation program administrator. It was also Hired Rule and Associates, Megan Stanley. Is there any objection to adding Hired Rule and Associates to the resolution? I think that's it. Some public knows that when we had a different firm in the past, I think having the planner in that role will add some additional continuity to our affordable housing, especially as we are now approaching the new mandates. There was already, as I shared last meeting, Assembly A4 affordable housing submitted in the lame duck session, which will probably be voted on by the Assembly before next week. So with that, I would ask for a motion to, and I'm just going to explain, and I appreciate all of our professionals coming in. So many of them you see on a regular basis. You see Mr. Rodnick at every meeting. I'll share Mr. Decker the engineer is usually a multi-year contract, so he has 1 year left in his engineering contract. So that's why he is not present this evening. But we do appreciate all of the professionals taking the time to share and explain. I still think that we are the only municipality in all of Hunterdon County, and one of the very few in the entire state that make this request. And I appreciate all the professionals respecting that, taking the time. I think it's important for our residents to know where their tax dollars are going and what this process is. So with that, I would ask for a motion to adopt resolution 2024.15, professional services, fair and open process. Appointing Everett Johnson of the law firm of Valence, Goldman, and Spitzer as bond counsel, Michael Ogrodnik of the law firm of Sabo Shah, a lot of other names in Ogrodnik, as municipal attorney, Bob Gebel, with Brown and Brown as risk management consultant, Bob Swisher with the firm of Suppley and Clooney and Company as municipal auditor, Megan Stanley of Hired Rowland Associates as municipal planner, Michelle Cresty with the law firm of Macy and Cresty as municipal court prosecutor, Eric Bernstein with the law firm of Eric Bernstein and Associates as alternate municipal prosecutor, and Megan Stanley of Hired Rowland Associates as the administrative agent of administer affordable housing controls and rehabilitation program administrator. This is all for the year 2024.
I make a motion to adopt resolution 2024.15 with all of that which was stated.
I'll second.
Roll call vote, please.
Keith,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Lancy,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes,
New York.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. And Mr. Granick, you could join us. Other professionals, you're welcome to stay, but you don't have to at this point. So thank you. Please stay, but I will leave it to your discretion. Next is a motion to introduce or adopt resolution 2024.15. That's what I just did. I apologize. Moving on to the appointments. All of these appointments, unless otherwise noted, require a vote from the township committee, so it does get a little long and onerous. I will group some of these together to get through the night. Can I have a motion to adopt Styra Eisinger as CADB liaison with an expiration term December 31st, 2024?
I make that motion to adopt Styra as CADB liaison.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
All right.
Aye. Can I have a motion to adopt, or to approve Paul Muir as affordable housing coordinator and Christine Dispenza as affordable housing liaison, both with an expiration term December 31st, 2024?
I make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to appoint Steve Keefe as clean communities coordinator with an expiration term December 31st, 2024.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to appoint Christine Dispenza as designated person and Anita Weingart as deputy municipal clerk, both with an expiration of term December 31st, 2024.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Make a motion to appoint Billy Joe Donovan as dog and cat license official with an expiration of term December 31st, 2024.
I make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Make a motion to appoint John Fleming as code enforcement official with an expiration of term December 31st, 2024.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Make a motion to appoint Jennifer Mooney as township administrator with an expiration of term December 31st, 2024.
I make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Make a motion to appoint Paul Muir as municipal alliance coordinator with an expiration of term December 31st, 2024.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Following are mayoral appointments and do not require a vote. The first is an appointment to the Economic Development Committee as chair. That would be myself, Paul Muir, with expiration of term December 31st, 2026. And I will also be appointing Lou Judice for the Economic Development Committee with an expiration of term December 31st, 2025. Can I have a motion to appoint Donna Sertich as municipal court administrator with an expiration of term December 31st, 2024?
I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll point out, we are still looking for a violations clerk. The job application and description are on the website. It is a part-time job, up to 25 hours. It's a great opportunity for somebody looking for part-time employment. If there are any residents, we'd love to have residents with us, but that is on there. So we're not appointing anybody this evening until we get some more applications and have interviews. Additional mayoral appointments, an appointment to the Environmental Commission as chair with an expiration of term December 31st, 2024, formerly held by Eric Stream. I'm appointing Jose Reyes as the new chair. And I am appointing Suzanne Wilder as a member of the Environmental Commission with an expiration term December 31st, 2026. There are 3 other openings still on the Environmental Commission, so if you're interested in joining the Environmental Commission, please submit a letter of intent to me, and I would say resume or something to share, some skill that you would like to share with us to point you on there. We are looking to bulk up the Environmental Commission once again. It's a great advisory committee to the planning board. I'm looking on our back corner wall. We have a sustainable Jersey certification from 2013. It is our intent to become certified bronze once again, so we need more people to help us out with that. So please, some of you, if you're in the audience or those who are watching online, please make that consideration. Can I have a motion to appoint Judy Nelson to the Green Team with an expiration term December 31st, 2024?
Make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
A motion to appoint Steve Keefe as Group Home Liaison with an expiration term December 31st, 2024.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then back to mayoral appointments, statutory appointment to the municipal planning board is class 1 with an expiration term December 31st, 2024. That is myself. The statutory appointment is that the mayor usually holds a seat on the planning board. I also have a mayoral appointment where I have a designee. I have not appointed a designee in the past 2 years. I've missed very few meetings, but I'm open to that if anybody's interested in talking to me about that position. The mayoral appointment to the municipal planning board is a class 2 member through the environmental commission with an expiration term December 31st, 2024. It's Jose Reyes. A mayoral appointment to the township committee as a class 3 with an expiration term December 31st, 2024. It's Judy Nelson. Again, there's also usually, in addition to the mayor, one of their committee member who joins on the planning board, and that has been Ms. Nelson. A mayoral appointment to the municipal planning board, alternate number 1 with an expiration term December 31st, 2025, Letty. And then I'm moving Daniel McDonald up to alternate number 3 with an expiration term December 31st, 2024. And that does leave the alternate number 4 position open. If anybody is interested in the planning board, please let me know. And then can I have a motion to appoint Monica Chalet as the municipal planning board recording secretary with an expiration term December 31st, 2024?
I'll make that appointment.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I will clarify, Monday night is the reorganization of the planning board. The planning board is independent, so they will take that vote yet again. We take that vote as a formality because we're responsible for the payroll, so it's really just allowing that individual to be put on the salary resolution. But the planning board may take their own action, and they also take their own action on their professionals on Monday night. I have a motion to appoint Christine Dispenza as overseer of civil rights with an expiration of term December 31st, 2024.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor? A motion to appoint Laura Whitaker as the POC list preparer, expiration of term December 31st, 2027.
That motion.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Motion to appoint Ken Balcom as the Office of Emergency Management Deputy with an expiration of term December 31st, 2024.
I make that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to appoint John Jimenez as Open Space Committee Chair with an expiration of term December 31st, 2024.
I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to appoint Judy Nelson as the Pace Fund Commissioner. Are these backwards? Yeah, I was Pace Fund. I was the commissioner last year.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. You be commissioner.
I'll do it.
Okay,
Whatever.
one last meeting. So, can I have a motion to appoint Judy Nelson as Pace Fund Commissioner with an expiration of term December 31st, 2024, and Paul Muir as Deputy Pace Fund Commissioner, the expiration of December 31st, 2024.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And a motion to appoint Lola Bird as the PERC test witness official, the expiration of term December 31st, 2024.
I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to appoint Christine Dispenza as the Public Agency Compliance Officer, the expiration of term December 31st, 2024.
I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I make a motion to appoint Christine Dispenza as the Chair of the Public Information Committee, Paul Muir as the governing body representative of the Public Information Committee, Judy Nelson as a member of the Public Information Committee. And I believe Mr. Agata should be part of the Public Information Committee as well. All with an expiration of term December 31st, 2024.
I make those motions.
Second.
In favor?
Aye.
Can I make a motion to appoint Carl Roth as Public Works Manager with an expiration of term December 31st, 2024?
Make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I make a motion to appoint Steve Keefe as Recreation Commissioner, and Paul Lenzi as Recreation Commissioner co-alternate, both, well, I should say, Mr. Keefe with an expiration of December 31st, 2024, and Mr. Lenzi with an expiration term December 31st, 2025.
I make those motions.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We make a motion to appoint Carl Roth as the Recycling Coordinator and myself as the Recycling Committee and Hunter County SWAC Liaison, both with an expiration of December 31st, 2024.
I make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I make a motion to appoint Bob Cusick as the Senior Citizen Coordinator for December 30, with the expiration term December 31st, 2024?
I make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're not, this is a separate for, was this one for John Fleming? Sorry.
Yeah, it's a second.
It's a separate, okay. I'll go, sorry. So, motion to appoint John Fleming as the Municipal Zoning Officer, with expiration term December 31st, 2020.
I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I make a motion to appoint Mr. Lenzi, Mr. Roth, Ms. Nelson, and Mr. Smith to the Safety Advisory Committee with an expiration of term December 31st, 2024.
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Make a motion to appoint Paul Lenzi as the Health and Safety Coordinator with Judy Nelson as Health and Safety Alternate, both expiration December 31st, 2024.
I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion for Judy Nelson as Personnel Technical Support Coordinator with Mr. Kenny as Personnel Technical Support Alternate, both expiration December 31st, 2024.
I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I make a motion for Paul Muir as Finance Coordinator and Robert Kenny as Finance Alternate, both expiration December 31st, 2024.
I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're close, we're getting there. Can I make a motion for Steve Keefe as Roads Commissioner and Judy Nelson as Deputy Roads Commissioner, both expiration term December 31st, 2024.
I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion, can I have a motion for Paul Lenzi Jr. as Recreation Coordinator and, that's it, Recreation Coordinator with expiration term December 31st, 2024.
I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Just clarification to, just so people understand the process, we have a recreation coordinator, and we have issue commissioners as well. The township is responsible for the park facilities, but the Booster Club, and you've met, Audra, Grasso, who's our treasurer, and it was, very visible from the booster. They're responsible for the activities that take place at the park, so they're split in that manner, so you're seeing us being appointed to some of these roles. It's more that functional maintenance role. And then the actual activities are administered by volunteers running those programs, and we're thankful for it. We have a motion to appoint Paul Muir as Joint Professional Service Coordinator, working with municipal professionals, local board of educational, region board of education, municipal court, with Robert Kenny as the Joint Professional Service Alternate, both on expiration December 31st, 2024.
I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And make a motion that, to appoint Judy Nelson as Municipal Planning Board Land Use Coordinator, with Paul Lenzi as Municipal Planning Board Land Use Alternate.
I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to appoint Judy Nelson as Highland Council Coordinator and Robert Kenny as Highland Council Alternate, both expiration December 31st, 2024.
And I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So we have, a group of resolutions as well, put them as a, block of resolutions, except we will withhold, 15, so these are resolutions 2024 .1, .2, .3, I guess I should read them so you know the titles, 2024.1 designated management plan, 2024.2 authorizing investment of idle funds and fund transfer, 2024.3 designating official newspapers, 2024.4 tax collector resolution, 2024.5 tax assessor resolution, 2024.6 check authorization resolution, 2024.7 temporary budget for the year 2024, 2024.8 regular meetings with the governing body, 2024.9 appointment of public agency compliance officer for 2024, 2024.10 fiscal affairs, 2024.11 employment and personnel policy manual, 2024.12 tax and assessment searches, 2024.13 tonnage grant application 2023, 2024.14 authorizing tax assessor to file petitions or appeals with County Board of Taxation, 2024.15 was voted upon at the beginning of the meeting and will be pulled from this list. 2024.16 broker services agreement with Brown and Brown Metro 8. 2024.17 established petty cash fund. 2024.18 authorized signatures for the flexible spending account. 2024.19 salary resolution.
I would like to pull 2024.19 from the list, as I would like to go into executive session to discuss personnel.
2024.19 will be pulled from this vote. 2024.20 R&L payroll services, and 2024.21 authorizing contract with Hometown Press to publish the 2024 newsletters. We're going to have a motion to adopt resolutions 2024.1 through 21, with 19 being held and 15 already being voted upon.
I will make that motion with 15 being already voted on and 19 being held.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There's no old business, under new business, report of governing body members, Mr. Kenny.
The only thing that I had to report is I received a request from friend who has an Eagle project long ago and worked on his cemetery plot, which is not on Bethlehem Township's property, it's on private property. But there had been many years ago, as part of an Eagle Scout project, there's a Revolutionary War soldiers that are buried there through the family. And it had been cleaned up and rededicated, but unfortunately over the years, it's become overgrown again. And I received an email, wrote to Christmas, from Fred, volunteering to go back out there and try and clean it up. He's been cleaning up the inside of the cemetery, the outside side. And he's asked, or whatever, he's gonna seek permission from the property owner to fill out property in the cemetery again to honor the Revolutionary War soldiers that are buried there. But he did ask for some help from Bethlehem Township and what we might be able to do as he goes out there and take a look at it. So I'm gonna propose, I talked to council about it, make sure that if we get the appropriate authorities and permissions from the property owner, that we help and support to dedicate and rededicate the cemetery. It's an honor of the Lee family, but it's also an honor of the Revolutionary War history. And it is immediately adjacent to Heritage Park, couldn't be more appropriate. That's a wonderful thing to do.
There's Captain Daniel Lee is the Revolutionary War soldier. So can I have a motion to approve assistance for Fred Jimenez, likely from our DPW, with all approved legal permissions, in support of cleaning up the cemetery.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
Thank you. Worthy continued project. Anything else to Mr. Lindsay?
Not too much going on. Had a meeting with Chief Sandusky from Pattenberg Fire, went very well the other day. Other than that, aside from a couple snowstorms, it's gonna be minor this weekend, but the possibility of a slightly bigger one coming later on next week. That's pretty much it for now, and I do have one thing for executive contract.
Thank you. Mr. Keefe?
I have the monthly report from the group home. Happy New Year, I hope everything in holiday season. Just a quick update on the treatment home on Mine Road. We continue to serve 4 youths, one due to progress One, due to progress made, will be discharged in the coming weeks. The other 3 have been stable with no significant incidents to report. You may recall that one of the youths experienced a difficult couple of months, which resulted in our request to the state to relocate to another treatment setting. They have not located one yet. However, the youth has been doing much better over the past 2 months. And that's from the previous meeting that I said that they were gonna look for a new home for the woman, and she's doing much better apparently. I spoke to them in Hopewell as well, but they are gonna relocate her, so. And I just want to give a hands up for the DPW, they're handling very well. Carl says hi to everybody, I speak to him frequently, and Jeff's handling everything to get prepped for the possible snowstorm, and they're doing a great job. So, that's it.
Thank you for the update. Ms. Nelson?
No, actually, pretty quiet on my end. Happy New Year, everyone. But I do have 2 other personnel issues I'd like to go into executive on.
2 or 3? 3 total?
3 total.
Okay. Report of Township Administrator this one.
I just wanted to update our tax collector, hours are going to change effective Tuesday. Her hours to the public will be 8:30 to 1 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And 1 personnel.
Report of municipal clerk. You want to read the statement?
Oh, I'm sorry. Pursuant to new NJSA 26:8-17, I hereby appoint Anita Weingart, Deputy Clerk, as Deputy Municipal Registrar with a term expiration date of 12/31/2024. I also appoint Ellen Malecki Ruda, Municipal Clerk of Union Township, as alternate Deputy Municipal Registrar with a term expiration date of 12/31/2024.
Thank you. The report of mayor, I have nothing additional to add. Again, just thank you to the committee for your support, as mayor once again, and look forward to working with you in 2024. I think we had a successful 2023, and we can continue on what we built upon there. Looking forward to working and serving all of our residents. As you know, I'm trying to make myself as available as possible. Judy's was at our last staff meeting, so I asked them to make sure my cell phone is on the website. And so please always feel free to reach out to me. These meetings, as I've shared, are not the only way to reach myself, and but say any of our committee members as well. We're your neighbors, so we're here to help and do what we can. With that, I motion to open for public comment.
Make a motion to open public comment.
Second. Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion closed. Public comment.
There's nobody online.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, then come on up to the microphone.
My name's Morella Barwick. I have lived in this town since 2000. Normally been quiet, especially at night, until there was a fire 2 houses down. Where since December 8th, there has been 2 generators running 24/7. That is disrupting my sleep and my son's sleep. I have been in touch with the mayor. We've been emailing back and forth. It just seems to be taking a long time for an officer to get out there and speak to the homeowners.
So we spoke today, and so the situation is, and just so because I had to learn a little bit about this as well. So we've had over the past, I would say about 5 years, 3 homes that I'm aware of that have been damaged enough that the residents can no longer live in those homes. Law does not allow you, even though it's your property, to live on that property without certain permissions. Typically, insurance companies will place those residents in temporary housing. I think there's extenuating circumstances that I don't want to share that are private about this individual that may impact them being able to have alternate housing. So there's a trailer now on that property, but that still does not make it legal. So we've sent zoning out. The individuals have not acknowledged his presence or responded. So I have asked for stronger action as of today, and we'll figure out what we can do if they're not responding. The process is they would have to come to the township committee to request to live on their property, because it's not a permanent relief that the planning board can grant. It's something that the township committee would grant for a specific amount of time, with stipulations like you cannot run a generator to power your trailer. So we are finding out what actions as quickly as we can, since these individuals have, at best, I would say, it appears to be ignoring and or eluding our zoning officer's efforts to make contact.
He did move out right after the fire, but came back apparently because his horse is on the property. So
We are.
I appreciate your help. Thank you.
I understand. Any other public comment? Joanne?
Happy New Year, everyone. Andrew Laffey, 3 Farrow Lane. Congratulations on everyone's appointment. The first matter that I'd like to second is that I've witnessed this generator running 24/7. It is technically a violation of peace and good order based on the ordinance as written, based on the hours of operation. So if there's any testimony or written support in the claim that's being made, I'd be happy to provide that. If I may, should provide, this is in relation to a coyote issue that we have in town.
Okay.
You did bring up the opportunity to be involved with the environmental commission. That picture was taken in my backyard. As you know, I have a service dog. God forbid, just like yourself, you have dogs. Well, many of us have dogs, and animals. There's something that needs to be done about the coyote population in town. What that is, obviously needs to be discussed further, maybe off the record, however. But a suggestion that I would make is that maybe some of the private landowners who are willing to accept insured hunters through New Jersey Sportsman's Federation, which is a $2 million insurance policy that any hunter or sportsman can purchase for $40 a year. At that point, there's also been questions from other neighbors as to whether or not there's township property that is open where the committee could approve something to allow a coyote hunt during the season, which is this month into the beginning of next month, which Mr. Lindsay, I provided you with the law. You interpret it probably better than I do. But with that being said, that there's an overwhelming issue with the coyotes. They almost look like foxes, some of them. So they're very difficult to identify, but well-versed and educated hunters can do so. So that's, those are the 2 main issues. Then the third issue is the truck that's parked with the trailer on 173. Is there any update on when that's gonna be moved? Because if we have snow, the weight of the snow on that trailer may tip that truck.
On the one that was with the camper trailer?
Yeah, look, it's when you come down 173 going towards Citgo, you can't see that there's actual truck there with the hood up.
Oh,
So it's obviously
driveway.
broken down.
That was truck, so that was parked in the public parking on 173 for many, many weeks. And the state police were able to finally get that individual to move, and that is their private property. It's off the road sufficiently enough that there's no, I saw it, it's
Sure.
what I was thinking about. I think that's, sufficient for the state police. I don't know of any other enforcement, that we can take, because it's in his driveway, it's off the road.
Right, and essentially it's a safety matter because of the number of vehicles that are coming up and down 173 now. That, even though the blasting is suspended, correct, for a period of time, there's still a tremendous amount of truck traffic going down through. Just creates a safety issue.
I'll double check with the state police, but when I saw it, it looked like it was within, it was in the driveway.
Sure.
There's no regulation that it has to be
Sure.
10 feet in his driveway. It was, I see what you're saying.
Right.
And it's-
But I mean, there's a reasonable amount of time that you should be given someone if that is sticking out just too far.
Yeah,
And
that's-
understood that.
Yeah, last I saw it was within the driveway bounds. It was
Okay.
not on 173. So I'll have state police go out and double check that.
Okay.
And see what we can do.
Thank you. And then, Mr. Lindsay, did you have anything to add on the coyote matter? as far as your, law enforcement expertise?
So I'm not a hunter, so reading through the different seasons, the hunting seasons, it's kind of a statewide problem. The coyote population's been exploding quite a bit. Working up in Livingston, people up there are complaining about it as well. Definitely we can look into it and see, based upon what I'm reading here. I mean, I think private property owners can allow people to hunt in their property if they want. I don't know what regulations the town can do on town property. That would have to be something our attorney would have to address. But something we can definitely look into.
The only thing I make a suggestion, and I don't know if they have interest or not, I think some of our shared public lands have hunt contracts on them, typically for deer, they're multi-year, so I don't know where they all fall. But maybe as they renew, so I know it's not a quick solution for the next month and a half, but maybe we can add coyote as a approved hunt in addition to deer on those lands. And it's something, someplace to start.
Sure. Who receives those contracts?
We will publicly share them when they come out. I honestly don't know where we are in the cycles, and I don't honestly remember how many. I think there's only two, because when we buy open space, we usually then do management authority to the New Jersey Water Authority or the Hunter Land Trust, and then we have to get approval from them to open any of these up for hunting. And so I think we only have two contracts, and they're probably close to renewal. But we would have to, we do make it public, I just couldn't give you an answer of how many.
Are we paying them or are they paying us?
They pay us.
They pay us. Okay.
Yeah, and you can hunt coyote and fox, but it's a short season. You need a special permit.
I just bought it yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's basically not open to residents. It's open to private LLCs that have qualifications.
Yeah, and they give us insurance documents and indemnification agreements.
Well, like Mr. Lindsay said, if you're in season and you have a permit, and there's private land that somebody gives you access to.
Sure, right. The question was as to whether or not there was additional township land anywhere that doesn't have a contract with privatized industry.
We'll double check, but there really isn't, because usually we, that's why when we talk about when we purchase open space, we only pay for the soft cost, because we usually then partner with another authority to manage the open space inventory for us.
All right, well, thank you all for answering my questions. Mr. Lindsay, please feel better. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Any other public comment? All right.
Only Marasso 102 Blossom Road. Can somebody explain this letter, why I received this letter?
I can explain.
Sure.
It's a cease and desist letter.
For what reason?
The cease and desist letter
I understand.
related to the flooding on Iron Bridge Road.
Yes.
And the cease and desist letter is requesting that you cease communications with Mr. Decker.
Okay.
And other township professionals, because my understanding is that you threatened litigation.
I didn't threaten. No, I work for this client, this people trying to save their house.
Well,
I asked the town for help and I got refused. So then Mr. Decker, I known him since the 90s. I called him. Yeah, I did call him. His secretary said he'll call me back. He never called me back. I did call his boss. She never called me back. Okay, that's the only two calls I made.
right.
I work for Hunter County Clerk, okay? I'm their specialist. They had the same problem over in their house on Henderson Hill with a drainage easement. These people don't have no drainage easement. I've called Van Cleef's office half a dozen times to get somebody, but nobody calls you back from there.
Yeah.
That's why I went and called the DEP. Can I pass these pictures around? Let me keep on the phone. So I don't know why I got this letter, because I'm making 2 phone calls. That's why I'm asking. I admitted to make 2 phone calls. The other calls is from Cherico. Mr. Cherico hasn't called me back yet, and that's in my report to the ARC. So I made 2 phone calls, like you stated a few minutes ago. You're here to help the residents. You're not helping this gentleman. And I asked for 2 years now for this guy.
Yeah.
It's not right.
And
It's not right.
I've instructed my client not to respond because of threat of litigation. So if
Who's
the
your
homeowner has an attorney that wants to write a letter to the township, that's fine, but you're not an attorney, you can't represent.
I'm not representing them. I'm just trying to help them out, and try to save everybody money here. That's why I asked I wanted to ask Mr. Decker, because I thought we could work something out, not to lose these people's driveway every time it rains.
I'm here to talk to the homeowner direct, not an unofficial representative.
I mean, I'm not representing him. He told me to do
You
something.
can't represent an individual party.
They're out 3 o'clock in the morning trying to save their driveway because of the town dumping water on the property.
We dispute that there's any drainage issues related to the township work.
Okay. And who authorized this? Who told you to send this?
My client,
Your client is,
the township of that.
they're helping the residents, senior citizen residents out, all right? Like Mr. Kenny told me some time ago, proof is everything. There's the proof. You're piping the school water right onto this property.
We don't own the school.
Well, you put the pipe in the receptacle.
Board of
I'm not saying it's you guys, it's Mr. Decker's office is at blame here. Mr. Decker's office should pay for this.
Probably if you email me these, I'll share them with Mr. Bissett.
They're going away in January. He asked me to babysit his driveway.
Any other comments?
We get a new dump truck yet?
Next week. Talked to Carl this morning, and he said, should be picked out next week.
So I can take it right now, we're not gonna help these people. That's the way I look at it.
I can't answer that question.
You said a few minutes ago, you're here to help the public.
And the rest of, all
Okay.
homeowners are welcome to reach out.
Homeowners don't even have a computer, they understand. All they keep putting their life savings in their driveway.
Happy to talk to them.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Any other public comment?
I just wanna take a minute to kind
I
of
should say, anybody else have public comment before Mr. Lappy? Thanks. So we did vote, so just following our regulation that everybody has to speak before anybody gets a second chance, so everybody else is,
Yeah, I was just looking online, I don't think there's anybody on.
and anybody online needs to make a statement. Okay, Mr. Lappy.
just shift gears to a little bit of a positive note to thank Mr. Matarazzo for the work that was done at Hop Lock with the broken water pipe, digging it out. I know there's a little tension in the room right now, but thanking everybody, we're all neighbors. I think, you know, trying to help each other, sometimes it comes across in a little bit different way. So at the end of the day, there's not just Hop Lock, but also with Connolly clearing it out, making it look nice and presentable. Because I do understand that all of the students are now moved to Connolly at the moment. And it was suggested that by a neighbor of mine who has 2 children, one, I believe, at both schools, now both are at Connolly, that at some point the committee and the Board of Ed may, and the both meetings are tonight at the same time, so it's impossible to be at both. That there's some consideration that Connolly have the entirety of the students in that school while Hop Box being safe for the students to attend. So just food for thought for the future. That might be a good idea. I thought it was very brilliant by my neighbor to come up with that idea as a way to get Hop Hop back on track. keep the students up at Conley.
I think there's some discussion amongst the school board, I can't speak for them, that the long-term intent is to locate K through 8 at Conley and find some other use for Hoppock and whatever decision the school board makes, the municipality is here to support them in that. We do try to find ways to work together, and we would like more opportunities. I've spoken to a couple of these school board members. So residents know we do plow all the school parking lots at no cost for the school. And then the school custodial staff replaced our cleaning staff here in the municipal building. So we've tried to find ways to share staff. DPW would assist in other ways in excavating and other work at the school if requested as well.
All right, thank you.
Should close public comment.
And make a motion to close public comment.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
The motion to enter executive session to discuss 4 personnel and 1 contract issue. We will be taking, I anticipate we will be taking action on at least one of these, so we will return to the public. For those that are online, this is always a little tough to plan, but I would say that it would be at least, I'd say 20 to 30 minutes. I'd say 30 minutes before we come back. If you plan on joining us for the public session again, we'll come back onto Zoom 30 minutes from now.
Oh, I made that motion.
Have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
You're there with us?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. We only have one action to take, and that is resolution 2024.19, the salary resolution. As presented on the table, there are 2 changes. So it was originally presented to address the salary of 1 DPW employee, and in addition, based upon the professional appointments tonight, Michelle Cresty is denoted as the municipal public defender. She will now be noted as the municipal prosecutor with a salary range of $18,000 to $20,000. And all of the municipal staff outside of the collective bargaining agreement will be receiving a 2.5% raise for the year 2024. I have a motion to adopt resolution 2024.19 with those changes.
Make a motion to adopt resolution 2024.19 with amended changes.
Second. Roll call vote, please.
Keith,
Yes.
Kenny,
Yes.
Lindsay,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Yes. I have a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second. Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you for those who joined us online, and thank you to those who came out.